Hey there, Wargamers, Justin Iron Painter here, and today we're going to talk about Warcaster Neo-Mechanika. The guys over at Privateer Press were kind enough to send me some goodies early so that I could check them out right at the start of their Kickstarter. At the time that I'm filming this, it is Wednesday night, and the Kickstarter has been fully funded. I was actually hanging out during their Twitch live stream today. They were also on Facebook dual streaming for you guys that are familiar with the streaming community. But they were up on Facebook as well as Twitch, and during the first probably 28 minutes, it was right at 30 minutes tops. Their Kickstarter was funded really quick, just boom, 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 done. And as of filming this, I think they have breached 200K, if I recall. So it's been pretty awesome. And for you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, this is the new game from Privateer Press. If I recall, it is their kind of sci-fi version of Warm Hordes, sort of. I believe it is takes place around 5,000 years in the universe, or 5,000 years in the future, rather, in the universe that their other two games take place. But the gameplay mechanics are different. It's not exactly what you're used to, but the aesthetic of the miniatures is something that you might be a little bit more used to in terms of what Privateer Press brings to the table. Now, the minis do look different than the traditional steampunk stuff that you're going to see from War Machine in particular. They don't have anything that's more organic, similar to the Horde system yet. I don't know what may come in the future. I find it hard to believe we won't get something like that, but who knows? I don't work for them, so I can't say. I can only speculate. However, the aesthetic of the infantry and the jacks really do look like War Machine in the future. So I'm pretty excited about the Kickstarter. I'm pretty excited about the minis and what we have to come, and I'm really excited to share the miniatures with you guys that they sent me today. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Boom! Got a box here of goodies. Got a little note here. Hello, Justin. In this package you'll find a handful of nobody cares what that says, right? We want to see the minis. Actually, we'll probably reference that in just a moment so that we can actually get the names of the minis. But let's pull out what we got here and see what minis goodness we've got. So we've got the miniatures out of the box here. Let's check out what we've got. So first and foremost, let's get Big Nasty out of the way here. He's actually a light warjack, not a heavy one. But these miniatures are from the Marcher Worlds faction, which is the faction that I tend to like the aesthetic of more so than was it the Iron Star? Yeah, the Iron Star Alliance. I got it. I got these things. I tend to like the infantry's aesthetic better. The Warjack for the Iron Star Alliance looks a little bit cooler than this one, but this is the one they've sent. And this is the Dusk Wolf Light Warjack. We'll pull the bits out and check that out in just a moment. We've also got one of the Fire Team squad members from Marcher Worlds. So this guy is pretty cool. Again, we'll pull him out just a moment too. I just want to go through the names of the miniatures that they've sent. And finally, we've got a alternate sculpt of the Marcher Worlds Weaver. I don't think this is actually a caster per se. I'm not exactly sure, but I know during the live stream today on Twitch they talked about heroes coming later. So I feel like if these are their form of a caster, air quotes, that these may be more generic. Again, I don't know. I've only seen real brief snippets of stuff. If I'm honest, I was super excited about the minis, and I haven't caught as much gameplay. They do have the rules up now on the Kickstarter page, or at least on the Warcaster.com page. I believe there's a link to the rules now, so it may explain some of this better. But I know there's heroes coming later, so I'm not sure exactly what the function of these will be on the table, but I'm really curious to see what those hero miniatures look like. So that's the three minis that were sent. Let's go ahead and check out the Dusk Wolf here and see what the bits look like inside of the container. Got that first look, first peep here. So we've got a standard Privateer Press base that you guys are used to. And we've got some cool pewter bits. All right, so this is looking like his right arm here. Got his torso bit. These look to be a bit more detailed, or at least complex assembly-wise than standard jacks. We got kind of spoiled with the plastic jacks that we've been getting as of late. You know, early on in War Machine, you had to deal with the pewter, which was not necessarily a bad thing. But we got kind of spoiled because the plastic ones started to become really, really easy to put together. So, and I guess these probably aren't that much different, but it looks like there's a little bit more complexity to the assembly. It still looks easy, but we've got some cool details and so forth, which is cool. And I guess maybe I'm just misremembering. I know that the Warjacks and stuff are in plastic, but you know, some of them have alternate heads for different types of Warjacks depending on what the kit is being made into, and they have different arms and different weapons. So this is probably no different, just happens to be all in pewter. So here is one of the heads we've got, one of the head bits, looking pretty cool. I actually don't mind that one. It's got a nice kind of reinforced forehead area. That's pretty cool. And when it comes to building Privateer Press Warjacks and stuff, I've always went with rule of cool. And when I've often put the wrong head on Warjacks, but the weapons are right just because I liked a certain head better than another one. But of the two of these, I really like this one. I really like that helmet. It's pretty dope. Really like that. We've got a couple of different, looks like weapon options here. Whoops, I'm not sure exactly what that one is. That might be some kind of like shield generator or something. That's what it looks like. I'm sure once we get access to the cards and stuff that explain what these are, that'll make more sense. But this is what we've got so far. We've got the little chainsword dealio, chainsaw, looking pretty cool. This one seems pretty obvious, looks like a flamethrower to me. And some kind of, I don't know, maybe that's an actual like machine gun type thing, because those look kind of like normal bullets that come out. And then Big Nasty here, we got the big cannon. Looking pretty dope. Let's see what a quick dry fit will look like with some assembly here. This does indeed look like his right arm. So it looks like, assuming I got this right, I think this is the top of him. You know what, let's just make sure. If his head doesn't go there, then we know, yeah? Right, let's get the cool head. So, yeah. Okay, so that's where the head goes. We got that. Got that on point, on lock. Pretty sure the PP guys might second guess sending me stuff if I can't figure out where the top of the model is, right? Alright, so probably something like that. And we got a little flash here, but that's okay. So it looks something like so with his big old arms. And then he's got his leg bits down here. They kind of go one way. Again, this is just a quick dry fit so you guys can get a feel for how this particular little battle bro is going to look. How it's going to, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. You're not going to get very much flexibility in posing here because it's pewter, but pretty cool. Let's see, I think that's going to have to go back like, yeah, like so. Get that flush legs. Pretty cool, so it's kind of in a walking stance. I know from the art, it looks like this. Yeah, it can mount under that arm. It's pretty sick. And it looks like there'd be something that mounts there. I'm not sure. Maybe it's, I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. I know this is supposed to mount like on his shoulder or something. Huh, who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk it? Look at that. Looks pretty dope. Yeah, I like that. That looks really cool. It's really sick. So I'm not going to assemble this in this video, but again, I want to do the quick dry fit so you guys can kind of get a feel for what these guys are going to look like. Let's see if I get that head to actually sit. There we go. So you can see kind of what his face would look like. Yeah, head's going. And his cannon. So it's looking really awesome. I'll be really excited to see how the rest of the Kickstarter picks up and what the other factions stuff are going to look like in the future. Right now on Kickstarter, they currently have the 3 factions that are up. We've got the Marcher Worlds, which is what we're looking at right now. We've got the Iron Star Alliance, which is the other faction, which has the Warjacks I really like. They got one with a super cool shield and sword here. It's got a cool hex pattern, and it's just all around a really cool looking piece. The Marcher World models here and the faction aesthetic appeals to me because the artwork for these particular miniatures kind of reminds me of Magnus from War Machine, and that's my boy, that's Warcaster. So these guys really appeal to me. Plus, compared to the Iron Star Alliance, which has the cool armored, high-tech, sci-fi looking infantry, the Marcher Worlds have the more ragtag, human-looking faction to me, and I really like that. I like the fact that the infantry have the sashes, the cloth bits, the bandanas, things like that. I think though the cloaks and those types of cloth bits with the armor really brings them together and makes them appealing to me. And then the third faction they've currently unveiled is the Eternus Continuum, or Continuum? I think it's Continuum. I don't know if it's supposed to be Continuum. It's C-O-N-T-I-N-U-U-M. Eternus Continuum? I don't know if I got that right, but if you guys check out the website, you will definitely get a good breakdown on all the current factions they have unveiled. And there'll be some links in the description below, so make sure you check that out. If you're interested in getting these particular models, your starters, kits, and things like that before retailers do, or before it hits the general market, make sure you consider checking out the Kickstarter while it's live. We've got just over 2 weeks for that to be live, and it looks like it's going to be finishing up a week or so, give or take, before Adepticon. So pretty swift Kickstarter. Next up, we've got the Marcher World's Weaver, the alternate sculpt model that's going to be a convention exclusive at Adepticon this year. Let's go ahead and pop this one open. It'll be a little bit easier to check out this model in its bits because it's not quite as complex. So we'll get this out here, plop it down, and show you guys what we've got. Got the standard base here. Again, if you guys play War Machine Hordes, whoops, you are familiar with this. I'm really excited to see if there's any options from Death Ray Designs, where I work, for doing a cool base topper to go with these guys. We're not currently affiliated with Privateer Press, but that is something that would be super dope. And what better way to show them what we bring to the table than by doing some cool base toppers and painting up these models to look sick. So we're going to check out what this is going to look like with a quick dry fit. Got a backpack here. Yeah, so this looks like some kind of shield generator, probably similar to that Warjack we were looking at. So we got the backpack up. We've got the... let's put the backpack back down here. Let's see how this arm's going to line up. It looks like we've got a little slit there. So pretty straightforward assembly. Okay, so this is going to go on the backpack. Right, okay. So this has got a little dimple here and this little point. So I guess that would be technically, I guess, male and female ends might be actually how you would refer to that. So we've got a male end and a female end for this to connect to. So you would have this mounted to its back here of the model. And then, again, this is going to be a real sloppy, quick dry fit. But the model would kind of hold together something like so, if I can actually get the backpack to stay. Yeah, if I planned ahead and had some glue, we'd be all right, but I didn't. There we go. So, all right, well, I can't quite get it to line up while holding it because the backpack's sliding. So we'll just hold this and show you what the arm's going to look like. So we've got that. Looks pretty sweet. And then, again, as I was showing, that would actually mount up right in here. So we've got the energy flowing from this backpack into the staff, which is pretty sweet. And then we've got this really awesome face. Oh, that's sick. Let's get a tight shot of this face here so you guys can check out exactly what I see. There we go. Looking sick. What an awesome sculpt. Let's see what that'll actually look like as a quick dry fit on the model here. So if we line that up in the recess, and she's going to be kind of looking probably ostensibly this direction. You could put it anyway. It doesn't look like there's any one way to do it, so you get a little flexibility. Granted, the model is going to come one way, only one pose, but you could maneuver the head if you wanted to, I suppose. And then that's how the arm would go. So you have something like that. Pretty cool. Pretty sick. I'm pretty jazzed that I got an exclusive model that is only available at conventions. That's pretty dope. Guys over at Privateer Press are super kind, and the guy who sent me this package is Mr. Jeff Handley, the social media guy from Privateer Press, killing it. He's been hanging out in the streams, answering questions, and all around trying to help promote what the guys over at Privateer Press are doing, and he was kind enough to send these to me, which is pretty awesome. If you guys from Twitch and interwebs who hang out with me, you know that I take the interaction with companies very seriously, and when the guys from Privateer Press sent me this package, I was blown away. I had no idea anything like that was going to happen. It was pretty sick, so big shout out to them. I'm pretty excited about it if you guys couldn't tell. Last but not least though, boom, we've got the basic infantry guy that we're going to go over here. So this is one of the members of the fire team squad from the Marcher Worlds. I believe this is a 3-man unit in the Kickstarter, if I recall. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. So let's go ahead and get the bits out here and take a look-see at this model. Now, there's a reason why I left this guy for last, and that is because from the Marcher Worlds faction models, this is one of my absolute favorite sculpts, and I wanted to end on that note today. So we got a little bit of flash here, making sure that's not a piece of the model I need to keep, so let's get that out of the way. So let's take a look at this model. For pewter, we've got a really nice pose, real crisp details. I really like this, and again, like I was saying, you get the cool armor plates, but you also got the robes and the cloth bits that really bring the human side of this sci-fi miniature into focus for me, which I really like. Go ahead and tighten it up here so you guys can get a good peep at his face and his details. Looking sick. Let's do a quick little dry fit. It's a big old cannon this boy's got here. He's ready to roll. All right, so it looks like he's got some kind of like little shield generator, or maybe this is how they teleport into reality. I'm not exactly sure. I know there's like a gate that I think they come through. I will learn more as I go, but for you guys who hang out, you know I'm more worried about cool minis than strictly just the gameplay mechanics. I'm hoping the gameplay mechanics are cool, which help drive the minis. But if the minis weren't cool, I'd be less interested. You know, so you gotta have cool minis first, and then good rules second, and then you got me. And this particular fella here is looking sick. Let's see how this little daggery scout's gonna line up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, easy peasy. Easy peasy. No problem at all. Looking awesome. It is hands down one of the coolest sculpts they've got up there. I love this model. It is fantastic. And there we go, folks. That's our first look, our first preview, our first hands-on feel for the Warcaster Neo-Mechanika miniatures. Specifically, we've got that Fire Team Squad member, we've got our Weaver here, and we've got our Dust Wolf Light Warjack from the Marcher Worlds faction. Now again, there are 2 more factions that are going to be on the Kickstarter campaign currently. The Iron Star Alliance, which is the more kind of high-tech sci-fi faction, and then the other faction being the Eternus Continuum, I think it's Continuum, I don't know. I can't read too good. But that one is hard to explain exactly what it is, but it looks like the villains. I don't know. Their little Warjack got this cool chompy hand, so make sure you check out those relevant links in the description below to get a good look and feel for the factions that they've currently got coming out for Warcaster, and to get some of those gaps filled in that I could not fill in here during this video. Now, if you guys have been following me on Twitch recently, you might have been seeing me work on Nemo here, so I will be at Adepticon. So not only did I get these early and get to check them out, I'll be entering this piece into the Privateer Press painting competition at Adepticon, which will be super dope. But it was really nice to be able to take a break from Nemo today and take a look at these miniatures. I think they're awesome. I'm really excited about the Kickstarter, and so long as I can find someone locally who's going to participate and play with me, I'm probably going to be backing the Kickstarter, even if it is one of the lower pledge levels, just to get a little taste of the game. I'm pretty excited, and as long as I got someone to play with, I think I'm going to be jumping in on that. So as wrapping up here, again, we got these 3 dope models Privateer Press sent me. They're looking sick, and the only thing left for me to do is to assemble these bad boys. So if you'd like to see me work on these miniatures and assemble them, make sure you check out my live stream over on Twitch this Sunday. I'll probably take some time to build these models live, answer some questions from you guys, and maybe, just maybe, some of the Privateer Press guys will be there in the chat to fill in any gaps, answer any questions you might have, but they might not. So if you do have any questions and no one's there to answer those, make sure you check out their Facebook page, their Twitch, and make sure you check out that Kickstarter. But as I said before, I'll be live on Sunday evening for our Hobby Hangout / Community Showcase this weekend, and you guys can see these miniatures live. Ask those questions, I'll show you the bits, you can check them out, and we'll probably take some time, assemble the models, and get them ready for some primer and some paint. But on that note, folks, this is going to conclude our first look at the Warcaster Neo-Mechanika miniatures that Privateer Press sent me. Big shout out to them, big thank you. Again, if you guys want to check out that Kickstarter, make sure you don't miss your opportunity. Got about 2 weeks before that's going to be up, and then they're going to be heading off to Adepticon, where they could probably answer your questions live and in person if you've got any about the game. As always, folks, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ding the little bell so you get alerts when I put up new content. If you'd like to help support what I'm doing over here on YouTube as well as Twitch, make sure you check out my Patreon page. There'll be a link in the description below. Your contributions there definitely help me to continue to pursue this interest, this love that I like, which is producing content for you guys. If you're in the market to pick up some terrain, maybe some stencils or some base toppers for your miniatures needs, maybe your Warcaster miniatures need some cool base toppers, make sure you check out deathRayDesigns.com. Coupon code will save you 10%, and a portion of those proceeds will come back to me, which also helps support what I do over here on YouTube and Twitch. That being said, folks, we're going to sign off today. Hopefully we'll have some awesome things to share with you guys in the future. As always, keep rolling those dice, keep painting those models, and I will catch you next time.